Good morning. This is Mary Jordan again, and thank you for coming on this channel, this YouTube channel, and thank you for coming on just all the YouTube channels. They have a wealth of knowledge on every single one of them, and I was going to show you this. I found this, and I really like this. You see that? This little Farmer's Almanac. It's a, well, 2021, but it's still good. It has all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, the signs of the, this. I don't know, can you see that? All this is really good stuff. It'll even have the crops, the vegetable, best days in 2021. You know, one thing with vegetables, when you're growing these, I mean, this is just my opinion. I have no documentation on it, just me thinking this. Like when you're growing crops, you need to nourish that. And I know it costs money to do this, but you know, the best soil would be growing your fruits and vegetables and such is that black dirt. Black dirt has got the most minerals and just everything that you can think of in that black dirt. But you got to get at least, and this is where it kind of gets into not too much fun work, but if you dug up at least 10 feet of soil all around that you want to plant your crops, and if you can do that, I mean, this is if you can, it's where all the farmers need to work together. We're going to put in all this black dirt on top. Replace that yucky dirt, whatever was there, put the good stuff down, and then start planting your things, and just water it. I mean, if you have to get a little, which I actually have done this, you save those milk jugs. Yeah, you put water in it, and you go around and just water all your, I know the whole field would be hard to do that, but let's say if you just had a little bitty vegetable thing, you know, you would have the most wonderful vegetables. You know, and if you could grow your vegetables at home, you know, that would just help you out money-wise at the, you know, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner table. It'll save on your grocery bill. But you'd have, and you know, and if you taste stuff that's right out of the ground, instead of, grocery stores are good, they're good, but they tend to get a lot of their vegetables when they're not even ready to be picked. They'll pick them out, and they taste good, but not as good as like if you did it yourself. I don't know why, but it just is that way. But you know, this would be really good stuff to be making money off, far as whatever this stuff is telling you in here. Read about it. Yes, read it. Yes, I love it, reading. But it'll tell you more stuff that you need to know. And you know, and right here, it looks like a little child is on here. See that? You know, you need to get your children learning about growing things. And you know, the easiest thing you can do, you're going to get like a Ziploc bag, those clear ones. Put some dirt in it. Let's just say get some tomato seeds. You're going to put the tomato seeds in there, and you're going to water it every day. Not a lot of water, but you know, water it every day. And you're going to tape it to, let's say, a window, so it gets the sunlight coming in and hitting it every day. And you can actually, you know, this is, you know, if you put it like on a 3-foot level, to where children can see this growing every day, they can see how the roots are they get that little seed, and how the roots are just starting to barely touch out, and then they're growing and growing. All of a sudden they have like lots of roots, and they can see how the trees and flowers and everything are growing, how that does, and how it needs the sunlight. You know, one thing that all plants need is wind, plus, you know, they do need the sunlight, and they need water, and they need care. You know, don't be making fun of people if they're talking to those plants. That's probably their best friend, because they love those plants. I know someone, she loves plants. I think she'd actually stay out in the garden more than she would people. But, well, sometimes I'm like that too. I could work in that yard 10 hours a day, and I could barely come in, I mean, walk. Go into that house, and I'd just look back and think, oh God, please. Oh, I love you all, little plants. Come back tomorrow and be nice and pretty. But rabbits don't eat them. Yeah, I did that. I had some succulents. Oh, it was the prettiest succulents. I put in this long clay dish. Not a dish, it's a clay planter. And I was trying to do, I had this really big garden. I don't mean garden like a vegetable garden. I meant like something you'd see out of those magazines. Ugh, yeah, hard work. When you see those magazines, all those pretty plants, you just better think that's hard work. And it is. Yeah, and I set it down on the ground, and I came back to look at it the next day. All was gone. The rabbits ate everything. Or it could have been the deer. There's a lot of deer out there. Well, did you know raccoons and possums and all that, they will... Have you actually seen a possum? My goodness. And when they open their mouth, it's like a sci-fi movie. Because they got like 10 rows of teeth. Like literally. And it will... And when you see that, it will scare the bejesus out of you. I'll be like, oh my God. Whatever you want to do, possum, just, do you want milk and cookies tomorrow? Okay, that's what you're getting. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, here's a blanket. Click. Happy face. Click. Okay, Santa Claus giggle, there's you go too. Okay, giggles all the way. Yes. But you better treat those animals right, because if you don't treat those animals right, they'll get you. I don't mean like get you. Maybe, you know, they may not. You know, you just have to be nice to animals. See that little black bird, he's found some water. He's drinking some water. He's walking around. I actually saw this with a blackbird once. Long time ago. Let's see, like, well, where was I? I was in Florida. I don't remember where. It must have been West Palm Beach at the bottom somewhere. I was just walking around. Yeah, I was with my son, and he was really little back then. It was a long time ago. Oh goodness. And it was just one black bird. There was another black. Oh, it made me so sad. This black bird, he died, and you could tell, you know, he was dead. I mean, you could tell. And this other black bird flew down, and I saw this. He flew down, and he stood right beside him, like that close. And he did this. He bowed his head down, and he put his head, and he threw his head back like that. I don't know how he did that, but he threw his head back, and he was crying over this bird. He made the awfulest this cry noise. And yeah, I stood there for 15 minutes watching this bird cry over this other little bird, and he was crying over that. You know, and I really didn't know birds did that, would like cry. They did. He cried over him, and he was just mourning. I guess it must have been his brother, I don't know, but he was crying over him. And one time this happened in Hico, and I was walking through the grass, looking at the grass to see, you know, the weeds and all that stuff you have to do. And I saw this line, and I followed the line to see where this little line was going. And it was ants. I mean, like thousands and thousands of ants crawling. They were busy. They were busy. They had all kinds of stuff in their little heads. They put that stuff, they really did that. Put that stuff on their head. I don't know how they did that. They were just walking, because you know their heads got spiky little things, and they could, they put it in their mouth. And they were walking with all kinds of stuff. Little bitty sticks, this, that, and all that, and they were running it down. And I followed them. They were running down to their little hole. And this one ant, he died. Like, he really died. And all these ants kind of stopped, and they did. They stopped. They put down everything that they had. Not like everything they had in their mouth. They set it down, and they all, I mean, like a straight row, like lasered it out, like that. And they all went to that one ant, and they bowed down to that one ant, just for a moment, like. And they just And then when they all had to do this for good long many ants. They did that. And they picked up this ant and they put him up on their shoulders, like, it looked like 50 of them. They stuck that ant, they tossed him up there, Hal, and they put him up there, and they walked him down into the hole. I thought, oh my gosh, would you look at that? That was amazing. I got to see that. And that was amazing. And, you know, we can actually learn a lot from ants, and it was just amazing. You know, they aerate the ground. They do all kinds of stuff in that ground. It's like you just want to watch them. I mean, like, they're really smart. And they've been doing that, you know, and I looked up ants. You know, they've been around for, I think it said 100 million years. And, you know, I think another one would be good to watch is that dang scorpion. And I don't like scorpions. Boy, I step on those things and they will hurt you. Woo. And those little bitty scorpions like that, boy, they do not step on those. My goodness, they will hurt you so bad. The pain, you can't stand it. And one time, I stepped on it with both feet, and I was barefoot. Now, I don't like to go barefooted too much because it's stuff like that, and I'm always stepping on. Boy, if there's something out there, it will just attract me, and then it just gets me. It's like I'm allergic to fire ants. I don't know if I'm allergic to them. I don't like them. Have you ever gotten stepped on a fire ant bed? Don't do that. Nope. Because they will, if they sense, what did I read? They sense something, if they can, it's the heat that's coming off of you. And they can actually feel the heat coming off of you. And you walk so much close of a distance, and they will come out of their holes. And they will literally, like, get you. I mean, like, it will scare you so bad, you think, oh my God, I gotta get out. And if you get them on you, boy, it is hard. They will clamp their teeth in you, and it's like you gotta literally, like, get your tweezers and just pick, not really, but they will pinch you. I mean, they will pinch you so hard. And when they get done, they leave like a little blister, and that blister is terrible. Oh my goodness. You don't want to be getting, what else you don't want to get in the sand? Is it sand fleas? No. What's in the grasses out here? I can't think. But whatever's in that grass, they don't like me either around this area. I got real sensitive skin, and very sensitive skin, and yeah, so we just have to, you know what you can do with some of these fire ants, no, not fire ants, it's the red ants, those big red ants. Well, Florida ants, red ants are actually bigger than these ants, but they're big, they're pretty big. Boy, they got the biggest head on them. You should see their eyeballs, like, oh my God. Yeah. But after you eat a watermelon, you put that watermelon real close to the hole of where all these ants are, about like this of them a distance. And then you just check on them, and all these ants will get the nourishment from this watermelon. They drink all that, and they eat all the leftover. And you just, you know, and you don't even have to really pick it up after a couple weeks. It just disintegrates down to nothing, and it just goes back into the ground. And then that watermelon, all those, well, it's not a very good picture, you know, these little yucky watermelons everywhere, but it will kind of go back into the ground, and that watermelon nourishes the ground. And, you know, and all of a sudden you have that soil right through there that you've been doing this to, it nourishes that ground really good. And, you know, that's a way of, you know, compost. Compost is really good. It's not really fun to do, and it's kind of stinky. But it's really good for the soil. The only thing I can think of is seeds. Seeds, we need to flourish the ground with seeds. And just smiling today, and I feel like I'm in school, goodness, and I didn't mean for, oh my God, it feels like I'm in high school. Mary, are you listening? No, I'm daydreaming again, yeah. I got in trouble so much for daydreaming when I was growing up on my report card when I was younger, like little. Daydreaming every 6 weeks. What are you daydreaming? I don't know what I'm thinking. Daydreaming is looking. Because I'd be doing my work 6 weeks ahead. Hey, what am I have to do now? I have to pay attention. I already did that 6 weeks ago. Crapola. I did my work. My work is done. Well, where is it? Here. Well, here. You can have my work. Yeah, I already predated that stuff. Yeah, I'm done. Hell. Well, I was supposed to say that, but yeah. And so, yeah, and I kind of do that now, but I take really weird notes. If you saw mine, actually, looks like a gobbledygook to me. Well, you're not reading it right. What does it say? I don't know. I don't remember. Well, can't help it. I do love notes, though. I actually made up this, and it's all natural stuff. I made up a little formula. It's not very big formula. Maybe 8-10 lines. I don't know. Not very big formula. And it's in one of my notebooks. It's been sitting in there probably 10 years now. And I need to find it. You know what it actually does? It's actually a very good skin cream. You can mix it up. And I mean just mix it up like a cake batter, you know, kind of like that. Just mix it up. And it's not FAA approved. No. It's just something I made up. I didn't actually make it up. I just wrote it down like a formula. But you mix that up, and it'll actually help your face to stay young. It will it's amazing. It'll make well, don't look too good, but see, it'll make the wrinkles kind of go away. And don't see, oh, look, see, I got a callus on my hand. That's because I used to have calluses all over my hands. I used to work in the yard a lot. Oh, goodness, that's it. See, it's on this hand too, a little bit. See, they're kind of going away. But I used to work really hard, and I had gloves on too, those really good leather gloves. And I'd still get blisters on my hands. But that's another thing, you need to wear those leather gloves. I have to wear small because I've got really small hands, but I do love those gloves. And I see that it's getting later. It's 17-18 minutes, and I really need to be driving to Austin. I have to go work. I have to be a slave today. Yeah, a good slave. Yeah, for about 5 hours. Yeah, and drive that traffic. Oh, goodness. And so I'm really hoping there's parking when I get there. But I guess I better go, and just remember to get your almanac. I actually had insurance with these people, but I switched just because of this area. I don't know, but they're really good insurance. Who's it with? Texas Farm Bureau. They're good, but the only thing with them I didn't like, you had to pay like $40 membership fee just to be with them. Like, really? You're making $42 off of me. And I remember this person, he was, I don't know if it was with them or another insurance, but it's out of Fort Worth. He told me that he had over 700 clients. And you do 700 clients, $42, that's a lot of residual. And then, you know, all these clients, they get a smidgen of a cut of all those little, I don't care what they tell you. They get it's kind of like the phone bill. Like, you know, you pay your AT&T bill. You tell them to break it down on every little smidgen of a cost. It's like, really? I need all that? You're paying 8-10 different little smidgen of a, you know, and it jumps your, what? Your bill should be really like, to say $30, and it's like 120. Yeah. And I'm like, take off all that goop. I don't need it. But on my, I don't know, some of these bills, they just bill you out way too much. It's like, you know, banks, they charge too much. I'd just be going to those little credit unions. This is probably what I need to do, is find a little credit union. I don't know how, I used to be part of one, but Credit unions are good now. All these little, I'd go to these little towns. Yeah. Pick out 3 credit unions you like. Put some money. Yeah, that's really good. Wells Fargo is good, but they've got a pack of fees you gotta pay. I don't know about Chase Bank. Chase Bank is good too. I mean, you know, Chase and Wells Fargo, they are global. They really are. But they have so much fees. You know, we need the fees ourselves, right? We need to go to the movies and have a steak dinner. That sounds good. Yeah, and Trump is on the 14th this month coming to Austin. Pecan Festival is, I don't remember the dates, I think 7, 8, 9. Pecan Street, I'd get an Uber and remember to tip them. Everywhere you go, tip something. But I guess with that, I better just wish you a happy day. And be safe on those highways because they drive crazy out there. And just have a lot of blessings and happy footsteps with every breath. And I mean with every breath you take. Just have a lot of happiness. And I'll definitely, somewhere I'll have your spirit with me. And, well, hey, you can help me kind of clean up this house I'm fixing to do. Yeah. Okay, with that, not really, I'm doing all the work. But have a wonderful, wonderful day. And yeah, just have lots of happiness. And remember to get on that YouTube and check out all these other really good people, because I can't, and I love YouTube. Oh my God, and that Facebook, yes. I love Twitter too. Oh my God, I love Twitter. But just, you know, and all those movie stars, I love all those movie stars. You know, and go to all their movies. You definitely got to get that popcorn buttered, please. Bye-bye.